Fishing. Who doesn't love fishing? Actually, a lot of people hate fishing. But besides the point, there has been a bunch of fishing updates recently, and now fishing is quite a prominent part of the game. From trophy fishing, to lava fishing, to normal fishing, to now the new chum bucket fishing. There is a lot of things you can do with fish. But what gear do you use? Well, that depends on how much money you have. Which is why in today's video I'm going to be going over about 5 different types of gear sets you can use depending on how much money you have and the stage of the game you're at. Of course, before we get into this, make sure you guys subscribe. Subscribe so you don't go bald. As you can see, I have lots of luscious hair on my block character. Make sure you don't go bald. No one wants to look like Jeff Bezos. No offense. Now for fishing, there's 3 main stats you should try to get. And these are the stats that are going to determine how well you are. First one, it's just fishing level. But I hate the perks on this thing. Why the hell does it give health? It should give sea creature chance with fishing speed. But besides the point, this is how you get better mobs and can use better gear. It's just important. Now the other 2 stats, it just comes down to money. This is the sea creature chance and fishing speed. Sea creature chance, this is how often you are to fish up a monster. For some reason we want to fish up monsters. I don't know. They give you more fishing EXP, I guess. And you also have fishing speed. This is how fast you can fish. These things are achieved through really 3 ways. Fishing rods, armor, pets, and then reforges and enchants and that sort of things. Either way, let's get into the early game setup. First, we're going over the early game setup. This is the setup for when you're homeless, when you just start out, you've got nothing, right? This is the earliest game setup. The armor I recommend you use is angler armor. This armor is incredibly cheap, costing you legitimately 100 coins to buy from AH, and it gives you shockingly good stats, with 1 sea creature chance per, and with its added ability, increasing it to 2 per, making it the best armor for fishing up until shark armor. Then, for the rod, I recommend you use yourself a speedster rod. This is crafted from the Salmon collection, and it is super easy to use. For the pet, I recommend getting yourself a dolphin, common or uncommon. I was able to buy mine, a level 69. I was able to buy it for 100,000 coins. So, buy a dolphin pet for around 100,000 coins, that's good, and use that. In total, the setup will cost you around 100k, and it is actually pretty good. So, what I recommend is for the next few steps, I guess, you just upgrade your rod from Speedster to Challenging to Champion to Legends, you know, like, continuously upgrade your rod. And each of these is going to become increasingly more expensive, with the Challenging rod costing you 200k, the Champion rod costing you 500k, and the rod of Legends that's just pretend it's there is going to cost you around 5 million coins. Once you have all this stuff, I recommend continuing to upgrade your dolphin pet, and potentially buying yourself a blue one or upgrading it in cat, depends on the level of the dolphin. In total, the early game setup will cost you anywhere from 100k to 7 million coins, depends on the rod and the pet that you decide to use, but you should stick with dolphin pet in the beginning. Now onto the mid game. This is after angler armor, you should get shark armor. If you look on AH, shark armor is going to cost around 800,000 coins per piece, so around 3.8 million coins in total, and I recommend using your dolphin and continuing to upgrade it to blue or potentially epic. At this stage of the game, you might want to look into getting yourself a ammonite pet. It really just depends on what level you have. However, if you have a life and don't have a high mining level or Heart of the Mountain, you should stick with dolphin. For the rod, you're going to want to use Rod of Legends or Rod of the Sea, which is the highest upgrade rod you can get outside of the nether rods, giving you a bunch of good stats. So in total, it's going to cost you around 19 to 20 million coins in total. Depends on how you use your pet and if you just upgrade it or not. But you should also get yourself an epic dolphin pet because it's just better. Now we're going to start getting into the nether gear. First one for the armor is going to be the Misfit Nether armor. It's kind of like the Monster Hunter armor except different. This is going to include the Slug boots, the Mugma leggings, the Flaming chestplate, and the Taurus helmet, which in total will cost you around 1 million coins, and if you have a high enough fishing level, will give you 3 per piece. They increase the fishing level per from 24 to 35, depends on the piece. For the pet, I recommend using yourself a magma rod when trophy fishing, and when not trophy fishing, you should use yourself a Rod of the Sea. As for the pet, I recommend getting yourself an ammonite at this point in the game, as odds are, if you're nether fishing and fishing up to 35, you probably have enough mining and Heart of the Mountain, an Ammonite pet will give you more sea creature chance and more fishing speed than a dolphin. Not including the pet, this setup will cost you around 1.1 million coins, and it will be better than Shark Armor by a large margin. As for the pet, if you're buying an Ammonite pet at a high level, it will cost you around 3 mil, and Dolphin, if you're buying an epic level, will cost you around 3.5 million coins, making the total one at around 5 million coins, depends on if you already have a pet or not. Now we're getting into some of the later gear stuff. This is like the big boy gear. This is going to be Thunder Armor. Thunder Armor is the next level to upgrade, and you need to kill Thunder, just an Elder Guardian. I don't know why it's named Thunder, don't ask me. You need fishing skill level 36, and it'll give you 4 sea creature chance, making it quite a lot better than this misfit armor. In total, it will cost you around 4 million coins for the entire set, with the boots and helmet costing like 800k, and the helmet and chestplate costing like 1.2 million coins. Now for the pets, it's going to be the exact same thing. I recommend using an Ammonite or Dolphin, whichever one suits you best. As for the rod, at this point I recommend using yourself an Inferno Rod. This rod, again, it's better for fishing. Odds are you probably should have gotten this during this armor set. However, in case you didn't, get yourself an Inferno Rod. It's just good. It's a good rod. In addition to that, the Inferno Rod can have attribute shards on it, which just makes the rod even better. In total, the Thunder Armor plus other stuff, it'll cost you around 22 million coins for the stuff, not including pets, I'm assuming you already have it. Now for the big boys. These are the most expensive fishing gear in the game, and by far the best. If you're going for this armor set, you need to be absolutely dedicated, because holy, this thing is expensive. It is going to cost you around 80 million coins for each set of armor, giving you 4.5 sea creature chance. But, as you can see, the tiered bonus, it gives you sea creature chance and magic find on lava sea creatures, making it even better. For the rod, you're going to want to use the Hellfire Rod, which again costs a ridiculous amount of 130 million coins, which is crazy, but it gives you really good stats overall, as it should, and you can put attribute shards on it. Now for the pet. You are going to want to use the Flying Fish pet. Then it becomes really damn good, and it costs a lot more money, of currently around 200 million coins, but check this a day ago and it was like 150 mil. This will be your best pet, as it gives you fishing speed, and increases the stats of Magma Lord Armor by 20%, plus Rapid Decay. In total, this entire armor set is going to cost you around 400 million coins for the best in the game, and that's not including Reforges and the other stuff. Now, let's go into the Enchants, Reforges, and other ways to get Sea Creature Chance. Now for Enchants, honestly, this is what I do. I would do /hex and legitimately click on Enchants, and just go through all the enchants you can put on this thing. And I would just put on everything you can. There's literally no harm in doing it. Of course, look at the price and see if it's worth it for you. For example, I wouldn't put Charm 5 on a Speedster rod because it just doesn't make any sense. Now for Reforges, there are 3 Reforges available for you to use, and of course they're found in the Reforge sections. The newest one you can use is called the Pitchkin Koi. It is extremely cheap, and it gives you Sea Creature Chance and Fishing Speed. The only Reforge, I believe, to get Fishing Speed. That is a potential option if you wish. You can also use the Hardened Wood, which will give you Sea Creature Chance and Strength. Or if you go into the higher Reforge stones, you can use the Lucky Dice, which will give you Magic Find and Sea Creature Chance. Those are really the only options you have to use for the enchantments, at least for the rods. Now for the armor. There's literally only 2 ones you should ever use. Deep Sea Orb, which is already pretty expensive, but it gives you Sea Creature Chance and Fishing Speed, which is quite good. And depending on how high your stats are, you might also consider using the Renowned Reforge, which gives you 1% to all stats. Of course, it just depends what you do, and obviously don't put this on Anchor Armor, alright? Don't be stupid like me. Don't max out Lapis Armor, alright? Just don't do it. It's not a good idea. If you also want to increase fishing chance, you can, always just put the Sea Creature Enrichment on it. That's always an option. And when Marina's Mayor, you'll get more. Some of that stuff you can just use to get more, but there's not really any other way. Either way, if you guys enjoyed today's video, subscribe, like, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.